What up?
Man, it is snowing here.
What?
Yeah,
No,
we
it's
got
not.
we got full snow.
You have snow?
We've had snow for a few days.
Yo, fuck that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Dude, why?
-9.
Mine is not. Oh, are we going to do this again?
Mine. Yeah, dude, my dad was just beaking me the other day because he grew up in school where they did.
Oh, 15
Both?
degrees Fahrenheit. Get out of here.
Dude, -10 right now.
Oh, my God. It's, what is it? Like 62 degrees in New York right now, Fahrenheit. Whatever that is, it's good. It's, I don't know, it's like 28 degrees Celsius or something.
No, I'm gonna wait till my dad watches this or listens to this podcast, and then he'll tell me what your weather's like.
You have to wait until then. Oh, it's 17. All right, I was kind of close. Kind of.
It's still really nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful out.
Yeah, it's like perfect hoodie weather.
Not even, man. I've been wearing a t-shirt outside.
I could tell you that the other night, maybe 2 nights ago, I went for a run in a hoodie and shorts.
Yeah.
Woke up in the morning, got ready, had my blind shut, was just getting ready for work. I don't know why I didn't look at my phone.
Yeah.
I opened the front door and there was so much fucking snow. And I was like, what the fuck?
No, that sucks.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law and his girlfriend just moved to Denver, Colorado, and they have a shit ton of snow.
Why'd they move to Denver?
Not sure. Not sure why anyone moved to Denver. Sorry, Denver.
Dude, I've got a great question for you.
Yeah.
Graphic design related.
Oh, what is that?
Well, graphic design illustration related.
Okay.
So I've been taking like a lot of magazine illustration kind of jobs, like spot illustrations and stuff.
Right.
And I'm kind of branching out into doing more like illustration, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
more layered, like more depth, I guess,
Right.
to an illustration.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm having such a hard time approaching it, but I'm like, John would have a good perspective on this. What do you do? Do you do any like illustration that's like more depth, more intricate, I guess?
Sometimes when it's necessary.
Yeah. And I think this calls for it in terms of it's not really like a t-shirt graphic or
Right,
you know.
right.
I'm having such a hard time approaching it, even though I can do stuff like that. Like finding like a balance, because I definitely don't want to go like the full illustration
Yeah.
route. But I don't know if I want to do a.
I don't know how you. I don't know, man. It's like one of those things that you kind of have to feel. You know, like you don't want to draw like an entire atlas map. You know, with like every single like nook and cranny of a location, but at the same time, you got to know when to stop. You know.
Yeah, dude. That's why I thought like you're really good at that. I always ask you like, hey, what do you think about this? And you're like, stop.
Yeah, at some point you're just like, well, it needs more. It needs more. It usually doesn't need more when you think it needs more.
That's true.
You know, like when you're getting to a point where you're like, it needs. Like, are you accomplishing the narrative with what you have? If you're not, keep adding. If you have, anything you add on that point is useless.
Do you ever get caught up in that though, where you're like, oh, this will be a cool little detail to add? You don't?
No, never.
You used to though. No?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I totally don't. No, because my brain has been rewired over the years for like efficiency. So like as soon as I get the idea down, I'm done. I'm out. I'm in and I'm out. You know what I'm like? I'm like a thief. I got that VCR. I'm out.
I was reading.
I don't
that,
need
like,
the Sega Genesis.
Graphic designers make great illustrators, like in that order, becoming a graphic designer and an illustrator because of that simplifying and efficiency, I guess.
That's kind of the way that I got into illustration work. It was like I was always a designer. I was never. I used to draw my whole life, but I wouldn't consider myself good. You know, I still don't know if I do. But
no,
like,
you are.
But it's like, I don't know, man. Like you look at some stuff and you look at some kids that are like in college, and you're just like, God damn, like you're really good at drawing. You know, something that's just like kind of natural. It's natural to me in like the most basic sense, but in terms of actually creating something that is commercially viable, I had to learn how to become a good graphic designer before I could become a decent illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, dude, you're totally right. It's like if you were to draw a cop car or something like that, you know, you
Yeah.
can put like a star on the door,
Yep.
gumballs on top, you're done.
A gumball.
Like it
Yep.
gets the message across.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'm like, oh, and I gotta fucking add like big donut rims and like, you know what I mean? Like I start.
You know, some people get away with that kind of stuff because that's their style. That's like,
Yeah.
you know, like they're trying to, all the little details is what makes this stuff special. For me, I've never been a very detailed oriented person in that way, where it's like all these like extra flourishes and stuff like that. Like it's like even like back in the day, like 10 plus years ago or so, like when lettering was like having that little boom, there were people who did tons and tons of flourishes, like crazy detailed. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the work of Aaron Horkey. That dude is like ultra detailed, crazy, insane. I could never do that. Could I, if I had to do it, gun pointed to my head, I'm sure I could, you know, get that detailed, but I'm just not wired to be that detailed. Like as soon as my, you know, basic concept is in there and it looks good and it's working, I'm done.
In a weird way though, and nothing to take away from somebody like doing really fancy stuff, because obviously
it's still amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think not necessarily the best ones that do it, but it's easy to hide shitty work behind a lot of detail.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Obviously, like the person you gave an example of is like just amazing.
Yeah. Right. Of course.
Like that's not the reason.
Right.
The detail's not making them. But
no,
yeah.
Definitely not.
But I think it is easy to trick a lot of people.
And it's
like
different. It's different. It's totally different mindsets. But I think, like, I don't know what his history is. But like he's definitely got a design way of doing things, but the sheer amount of detail that goes into his stuff is out of control. But yeah, I mean, unless that's your thing, I don't think you need to worry about it. I don't think you need to think like, how can I get more in here? Like it's just like if it's enough to get the idea across, it's enough.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I'm struggling with. The last few days, I guess.
But do you know if your idea is done? Does it feel done? Like, has the message been sent? You know what I mean?
Yeah. In terms of just from the very beginning, the approach, like the thumbnails and everything were perfect.
Yeah.
Like for me, at least, like I was I'm fucking sold on this, but so I'd like to just put the thumbnail up in the magazine.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. This is like straight doodled on like a napkin.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I better clean it up a little bit. Now in this weird way, I don't know how you feel, but when I spend a lot of time doing something, I just like, it kind of eats at me in this way that I know that I'm just fucking up. Like the entire time. I'm like, well, I'm putting way too much into this. Like what you're saying, I'm almost like passing the message.
I got a good example of that. Like, I was working on a project with a couple of people this week, and we knew exactly what we wanted to accomplish, and we overthought it. Like, way overshot it. Because we were trying so hard for it to be something that it wasn't even coming close. And then literally all we had to do was strip it down, start over, and it was there. And it was done, and it was easy, and every single piece that came out of it was great.
Yeah.
You know? That's just that happened with my book cover too, where it was just like I was like fighting so hard for it to be a certain something instead of just like letting the basic idea flow. And as soon as I did, it was done in like 45 minutes, and it worked better than every other idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, that's the best feeling in the world. Is like I don't do this too often, but I sat down the other day with like a writer and like a graphic designer, because I'm going to be doing the illustration for this project. And like sitting down, I kind of like have maybe like forgotten how great it is to like collaborate with like a few people on something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like an idea just comes together and somebody suggests something and you're like, fuck yeah. Like that. Like, fuck yeah. Like you kind of get a little bit excited to like.
Yeah, because then you know there's like so much, like once you kind of break down that wall, then it's just all the ideas, and it's just like, just start making stuff. And you can just keep making and making and making, and nothing is hard, and everything just comes out, and it's just like the next thing is better than the last thing, and you just keep going, and it flows. That flow is so it's satisfying.
Dude, I've been dude, my cat just fucking slammed something.
Throw that cat out the window.
Dude, they've been climbing up on the counter. If there's a glass with water in it,
yeah,
they will push it off the edge.
Yo, fuck your cat.
Dude. Like totally just fucked our podcast flow up.
Wait, but no. That cat did it. That cat did us a favor. Do you know why? What is more Halloween than a cat?
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you what's more Halloween than a cat. The 2019 Nose Podcast Halloween special that we're starting right now. That is
spooky music. Can I get a screeching sound?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So it's a good transition. Let's get out of this dirty, messy graphic design nonsense and get into some fun.
So you want to jump right in?
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what we were going to do because last year's was pretty fun. So we were kind of like trying to figure out like what would be fun to talk about. And we found a list of questions, Halloween-related questions that we thought would be fun to answer. And I've been watching a lot of Halloween-related TV shows and movies, as one does in October. And I might have some to throw in there because I saw a few things that I thought would be interesting to get your take on. But we'll get to that.
Are you? I really like this first question.
You looking at the list?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Okay, we're going to go into it. Ready? Nose Halloween Special 2019 coming at you.
Have you ever said Bloody Mary in front of a mirror?
Yes.
Are you scared of that?
When I was a kid, I was.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Very
when I was a kid,
scared.
I couldn't go into like a bathroom. Like
always.
Yeah, I was always just like, man, is there going to be something looking at me in the mirror?
You know what I would always do? If it was nighttime, I don't know, what is the grade when you start talking about Bloody Mary? Is it like third? Yeah. Third-ish, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I was in the bathroom at night, I would keep the door shut, close the door, look in the mirror, and then just wait and have my hand on the light switch and just be like, at any moment, I'm going to have to flip this switch. And I would just wait for something to happen.
Like turn the light on?
No, like leave the light off, but keep my hand on it. You know what I mean? Like just in case I had to turn the light on, and I would just stand there and look at the mirror because I was like, something's going to happen. I know tonight's the night. And nothing did, thankfully.
Ever?
I mean, not that I know of, unless this is kind of like an Us situation going on here.
Oh.
Did you see that movie?
No, I thought you were literally talking about Us.
Oh, no. In that movie, I don't want to spoil it, but spoiler alert, like one person that you think is from the other side actually is from our side, and they were like flip-flopped.
Like they were in the mirror?
I don't want to give away the movie. It's a good movie.
I'm never going to watch it.
All right. Well, anyone who hasn't seen this, just hit the 30-second skip thing on your podcast app.
Might want to hit it twice.
There's like basically an underground where like all these like experimental like clone zombie-ish type people live, and a little girl goes down there and she gets the clone comes out and lives her life, and she's down there and she spends her whole life trying to get out, but then this whole army rises up and starts taking over, and the woman and her family are fighting back until she's down there and she's like one-on-one. And then by the end, you realize that the one that was with the family was actually the underground one. And the real life girl has been underground for like 20-something years.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah, so it's a good movie, and it's just, there you go.
Dude, that's so creepy.
It's really good. I mean, it's one of those where you can like see it coming a mile away, but it's still good. It's just good the whole way.
The seeing it a mile away is like always fucks me up in horror movies, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just use your cell phone. And they like don't. And you're just like, no, he's behind you.
That's why horror movie stuff always works so much better, like in the 80s and before. before there was like
Yeah.
technology,
Yeah.
you know?
Although, do you ever like does your cell phone die often?
Nope, never.
Occasionally, I'll be like out running, and my cell phone will die, and I'll be like,
Can't do it. I freak out if my cell phone dies. Like, it needs to be charged as soon as it gets to, and like sometimes like at the end of the day, if it's like 10%, I'm like, no, that bad boy's got to get charged now.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, my phone dies all the time. Sometimes it's kind of like it dies, and I'm like, no one can get a hold of me.
And
And
you
it's
like
kind of
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
Spoken
okay.
like a true Canadian wilderness
Yeah.
man. How are you gonna know when you could buy that next cow?
Oh man, the ground beef from that cow
Yeah.
smelled so good.
I thought you were gonna say disgusting.
No, it was, dude. It's like nothing I've ever smelled before.
I don't even don't even know what am I supposed to get out of this story?
Dude, I'm gonna skip right to this question.
Okay, go ahead.
Between the two of us,
Yeah,
who would last the longest in a horror movie?
probably you.
I was gonna say I'd probably be the one
I think
coming
so.
after everybody.
I think that's true. You would be the fucking monster.
Dude, I team up with the monster. I'd be like, yo,
Oh my god! I'd be like, yo, wait, are you seriously killing people? I do that.
like I watched It. I'd be the bully kid,
The second one
It's
or
like-
the first one?
the first one.
Yeah, yeah,
I'd be the bully. They're
yeah.
like,
That's all you.
I'd be like, all right, we're going to the well.
Okay,
Drop
so
you
hold
down
on.
the well.
No, but if let's step out of reality and pretend that you're not a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a horror movie. Do you? Because it's very specific.
Yeah.
The types of people that last and the people that die soon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we do this scenario. My wife and I do this sometimes with friends or family members or something. Like, who's going to be? I never make it to the end, but I kind of make it close.
You feel like you're. That's a hard one.
I'm always like, I feel like I would be the boyfriend that gets an axe in his head right before the ending. You know
and
what I mean?
everyone's like, no.
Yeah. But then she, my wife would always make it out to the end. Always. She's that type.
I feel like either I would be the person that was like killed immediately,
Yeah.
the one that's just like,
I'm gonna go
I don't
check
think
it
this-
out.
no, I'd be like, I don't think this is a good idea, guys, and that's always the one that, you know what I mean? I mean, what do you mean nobody brought their cell phone?
I feel like
Oh.
I can't tell if that's what you would be like in that situation or not. If you would be like actually thinking about it, or if you would go and just do something completely wild. I'm gonna check. This is bullshit. I'm gonna go check it out. And then you walk in there and you get a chainsaw in the mouth.
Occasionally, like I don't know how you feel, but when like in the middle of the night, like a sound will wake me up.
Yeah,
And in the beginning, when I'm like half asleep, I'm kind of creeped out.
yeah.
And then when I'm fully awake, I'm almost angry. Like I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I gotta go like find out what it was. You know?
The best thing is like if there's a sound in the middle of the night, my wife will be like, John, what is that? What is that? I'm like, I don't know. Go to sleep. That's my response. She's like, but what if someone broke in? I go,
What are they gonna do? Man, I'll always be listening,
Yeah.
and Aaron will be like, "What are you listening? What are
Yeah.
you listening for?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to listen." Now I can't listen.
I think there was that's funny. I think it was the first episode when I told that like ghost story in the house.
Yeah.
That is the one time in the past, God, I don't know, almost 20 years where I was actually kind of frightened about how to handle that situation. Because it really freaked me out.
Because it kept happening, right?
Yeah. Oh man, dude, you know, I got another one for you. But I think the older and older I get, the less I get freaked out by stuff like this. Yeah. We were watching that movie Midsommar.
Yeah.
You see that?
No, you were telling me about it. I just watched a trailer for it. I'm gonna get it either tonight or tomorrow. Actually,
It's very good.
Yeah.
And it, like at like the peak creepiness of it, there was a tremendous bang in the kitchen, or what sounded like came from the kitchen.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, "What the hell was that?" I'm like, "I don't know, whatever." Like that's my response now. Like,
yeah.
like I'm just like whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'll go look. And then I go to look, and I'm like, well, maybe there were dishes in the sink that were stacked up and they fell down. No dishes in the sink. Maybe a shelf fell down in the cabinets. No shelf fell down. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
You got a dog?
Yeah. And he's just like, but he's freaked out too. He's like, what the fuck was like, when he's like, he's a scaredy cat. Like he has no idea what's going on. So then my go-to whenever there's a scary sound is I check my Nest camera in the house.
Not a good idea.
And I try to pinpoint where the sound is, and I try to pinpoint the time and see if I could see anything moving or like shadows or anything like that. Couldn't find anything. Heard the sound, couldn't find anything. Finally went, and we have an old like baseboard for heating in one of the rooms, and the metal piece fell off.
Like, oh, you have like an old like metal heater? What are those called?
No, it's like baseboard heating.
Oh.
Do you know what that is?
No.
They're like these, I don't know, it's like tall, it's a little bit taller than molding on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it just runs along the side of the wall. And it
heats.
It heats the room.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
You probably like, I don't know, maybe you don't have that there yet.
We have wood stoves here?
High technology.
Yeah. Wait, you don't have a wood stove in the middle of your room?
Normally we just break up the youngest and stack them on piles and set them ablaze.
Yeah, it's weird how much how as you get older, you kind of just get more annoyed that you even have to go look.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
It's like an inconvenience.
It is an inconvenience. It is.
Like,
anything like spooky is like a major inconvenience. It takes so much time out of your day.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I gotta go find what this is now. And then what happens? Where is this going? Where are we going with this?
Dude, this scary,
just get it over with.
Scary Halloween episode is just turning into us being like
really angry.
Fucking inconvenience. Somebody tipped over my garbage outside. I had to go around to all my neighbors and ask who did it.
Over the summer, we're in bed. I let the dog out into the backyard. It's like 6:00 in the morning or something like that. I let him out because he likes to go out early in the morning. I go back. I lay in bed for like another half an hour or something just before everyone has to get up. And it's a huge bang. A huge bang. So I'm like, what in the hell was that? So I got to go outside. I'm like, what? Just something terrible happened. I go out there and I find my garbage pails annihilated. And I went and I checked the cameras and some asshole drove through my garbage pails.
What?
Yeah. But like my dog was like freaked out. He's like, ah, you know.
Dude, man, a lot happens where you are. It's weird. It's like the complete opposite of out of town here.
Yeah.
I feel like none of that happens out of town.
Yeah, I think it's just because there's still like, I mean, we're removed from the city, but there's still a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
There's still a lot of shit that's just like out and people just do whatever they feel like.
You ready for next question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Whoa, I feel like you want me to answer this one or ask this one.
What is it?
All right, here, I'm just going to ask this one.
Okay.
Would you spend a night in a real haunted house? What would it take?
Now, if it's okay, I've spent plenty of nights in real haunted houses.
Well,
my wife's parents' house is haunted. Like, seriously haunted.
Yeah, I guess if you believe in that shit.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, here's an example of how I knew it was haunted. Their dog, before he died, they have a hallway upstairs. So, like, when you go upstairs, there's the bedrooms, and the end of the hallway leads to the bathroom at the end, and that's it. It's just a couple bedrooms on this side, bedroom over here, closet over here, bathroom at the end. One of the earlier times that I was there, I was upstairs by myself in the room, and I open up the door, and the dog has his ass backed up against the wall, barking towards down the hallway towards the bathroom with nothing there and all the lights off.
Oh.
Like hair up, tail between his legs, like freaking out.
Yeah.
And there was another time too. My wife was telling me she was sleeping there where she felt a dog jump on the bed and rolled over, and her dog was on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, there's like endless amounts of ghost stories from that house.
Also, you grew up in New York,
Right.
where everything is super fucking old.
Right.
The oldest shit where I live is like 150 years.
See, that's really funny because I had a conversation with a friend from California once who was buying a house, and he's like, man, he's like, nothing is old here. He's like, everything is kind of new. He's like, people didn't really, it wasn't like a shit ton of people here until like the mid 1800s at the minimum, like the gold rush. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. Because there's like, there are cemeteries here with tombstones that are from the 1600s.
Yeah.
You know? Which I know
you
is
showed
not a
me
lot for the rest of the world, but for America, that's really old.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You think about like Europe. Like so much
like
history.
800.
Yeah. Yeah. But still, like where I am, 150 years. That's about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. But what about okay, so going back to the haunted house thing, like let's talk about like real haunted house, like scary movie haunted house, like a classic. Did you ever used to watch Futurama?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's an episode when they're like, you can have this house, but it's in the will or something, but you have to spend one night in it. And they're just like, oh, was that a Simpsons episode? And then they come out and they're like, oh, best night of sleep I had in my life.
I feel like that sounds like Homer. No, it sounds like Bender though.
I know. I think both shows have versions of that.
Yeah, that's definitely Bender's. Like,
it is, right?
Sleep in my night. Yeah.
I think is that when he turns into a werecar?
Oh man,
I think it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking like an uncle that you never knew dies, leaves you a mansion in like some remote part of Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you get it, and like you can even sell it. And if you sold it, you could sell it for like $2.5 million.
Yeah.
You know, maybe $4 million even, right? Because it's like this big, beautiful, whatever, but it's haunted as shit, and you got to stay there.
One night.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't you?
I don't know. I mean, I guess so. So there's a place in Newport, Rhode Island. Now they've redone it since then, but it was like this old mansion, and we went on a ghost tour there. And the people who work there said that before they work there, they have to spend one night in the house.
Alone?
And the house is old as shit. And it was
alone?
Like, yeah. Well, I don't know if it's alone or maybe like one or two other people in the house. It was really big, and it has a history of being exceptionally haunted.
Yeah.
And the thought of like once you're actually in this house, and it's from like 1885 or something like that, or like 1902 or something, and it's just like this big old house that has like you could tell like when you go into a home that the home is living. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you go into an abandoned house or an old house where the family is gone and maybe it's turned into a museum or something, you can tell that the house is dead.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And staying in a dead house, to me, is kind of terrifying. Because it's almost like the house wants you to be dead also.
It's like you're like its host.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna live through you.
Yes.
It's like, oh hey, come on in.
Like the house there's a conflict between you and the house.
Yes.
Because you're living and the house is not. And the house is going to find one way to satisfy itself through you. Be it through destroying or possessing.
Did you see the Netflix show? Haunted House on the
Hillside
House?
I know what you're talking about.
Hillside House.
I didn't see it. That came out last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see it yet.
It fucked me up, man.
Really?
I couldn't even finish it.
Oh,
I was like, I can't do this. Like, it's just too. It's too much.
It. Maybe I'll watch it. I gotta get it in before Halloween.
I feel like it's a perfect Halloween show to start.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, I'm ready.
My brother just got married, and their wedding was at like probably like 100-year-old house.
Yeah.
Like this mansion outside of town, and we had the chance to stay there over the night. But he didn't want us to, so he didn't sign the papers.
Why didn't he want you to stay there?
He didn't think anyone wanted to. He's like, nobody wants to, because my family's pretty like notorious for just being like, fuck that. Like, we're just gonna go back to our houses 20 minutes away. You know what I mean? But he ended up drinking so much that he ended up staying there. And we were there super late. And I was like, this would be so fucking creepy to stay in. Like, the groundskeeper sleeps in the attic.
What? Get out of
here. This mansion?
No.
Right?
No. That's like The Shining, straight up.
And he like looks after the grounds, and it's just like you don't see him.
No.
He stays away because there's a wedding happening. I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
No way.
This guy's looking through the floorboards like down into like rooms and shit.
No. That guy can stay there. No thanks.
That's creepy, right?
That guy sucks.
Yeah. Whoever takes a job at a mansion outside of town as a groundskeeper where you have to live on the premise.
Jack Nicholson.
You're right. Oh, speaking of that, they're remaking that. Or like in that universe.
Are they? What, Dr. Sleep?
No, I'm thinking of The Shining.
Yeah, I think Dr. Sleep is like in that universe. I think Dr. Sleep is the kid.
Oh, okay. I think
he's like grown up. I think he goes back.
Okay, they're remaking that.
Yeah.
I get it. That's gonna be. Nobody does that. Nobody does that as a profession. Like chooses that as a job.
I'm sure some people do. You have to. How do you have these rich people with these big friggin' houses? Like they need somebody to take care of them.
Nobody chooses that job though.
No, untrue. There was a guy who did landscaping at my house that did it.
And he murders people.
He definitely murders people. Without a doubt, I can almost guarantee it. I'm like 99.9999998% positive he's killed.
That's just not a normal person job.
No, it's not. That's
if you're listening and you do that?
Vagabond type of thing. It's like, I can't go home, but I'm going to have to go somewhere.
Man, you picked so many good questions.
Well, there was like a list of 50 or something like that.
Oh, man. How would you best handle living through a zombie apocalypse?
See, this is where I think that, again, I think you would flourish in that situation because I feel like it's more of like a hunting type of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not a hunter.
It would... doesn't it always get... I always feel like the person that's like most prepared always goes first, too.
That's true. I mean, I would be more like I don't know, like baseball bat wielding kind of guy. Like I don't know if I'd just be like machine gun dude, you know?
Baseball bat, you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, but like what kind of zombies? Fast or slow?
Ooh. Oh, we've definitely talked about this a lot.
Yeah, have we?
Fast or slow zombies. This is a running theme.
Slow-moving zombies, I'm baseball bat all the way.
Fast-moving
zombies, my baseball bat's not...
They're slow zombies, but there's packs of 10 of them, and there's always the one that kind of hangs back and waits, and he's the fastest one.
The cool one?
Yeah, he waits till you're kind of like tired.
He's just like sitting there like smoking a cigarette, and it's like smoke's coming out of like his face.
He's like breathing it in the side of his head.
Yeah. It's just like coming out of his neck and his chest and his shoulder and stuff like that.
He doesn't breathe out at all. Just
no. He only inhales.
Yeah.
That guy's so cool.
You think you just get a baseball bat?
I mean, yeah. You know what annoys me about a zombie apocalypse is the constant need for supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even watching zombie things, I'm just like exhausted because I'm just like, oh God, like can someone just invent like a solar powered laser or something at this point? You know,
it is kind of annoying how
ran out of bullets again. No, here we go.
Yeah,
someone's got a headache.
2 years and like every resource is gone.
Yeah, that's it. You're all done. Man, fuck it. No. Let that thing bite me. I'll be a zombie. Endless resources.
Me and my brother say all the time, everybody says we'd run to Costco or like they always pick stores like that. Like that everyone would go. First place I'm going.
Yeah.
Hope my neighbors aren't listening.
Yeah.
My neighbor's house. And then right after that,
a lot of shit.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm going to assume that they might be that they're prepared and they're right next door to me.
Dude,
I'm taking all their food.
Why don't you just become like? Well, I mean, I feel like you probably kind of are this already, but a human hunter while during a zombie apocalypse. So you go and you watch all the people leaving Costco and shit like that, and you follow them to their houses, and then you
And just take their shit.
and you take their shit. I mean, I was gonna say kill them first, but I guess you could just take their shit and like whatever.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying though. I'm gonna kill them.
You kind of have to.
They're not just gonna give it over.
What, are you gonna not kill someone and take their extra large bag of peanut butter?
They're like, just take everything. I'm like, no, I gotta kill you first.
Instead of a bag of peanut butter. It's late. I'm in a bag of popcorn.
Bag of popcorn. Bowl of peanut butter.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever. Jar. What do you put peanut butter in a jar?
Would you rather be buried alive by a maniac or caught by a cannibal?
Oh man.
Both are terrifying. Are you claustrophobic?
No, not so much.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people who are though, and I know that being buried alive is like the worst thing in the world to them.
I think I'd rather get buried alive.
I'd rather be buried alive.
Do you have a chance of getting out?
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, like, if you're caught by a cannibal, is it like you're caught and you're in their basement and you're just waiting? You like waiting for them to like eat you, or is it like you're in a parking lot and a cannibal runs up and like grabs your arm? Because at that point, I feel pretty good about my chances.
Yeah. Then you're gonna take that rather than being buried alive.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Hey, let go of me," and they'd be like, "Oh, sorry."
I think
Especially if it's a Canadian cannibal, they'd be like, "Oh, sorry."
Sorry, man.
Sorry, eh? Sorry, I was just a little bit hungry.
I don't know why I'm doing a voice. I'll just say it. Sorry.
It's like you're doing a Canadian accent on top of your Canadian accent.
Like, what is that accent?
I'll take a cannibal with a double shot of Canadian, please.
So you'd go with the cannibal.
I feel like I have a better chance of surviving a cannibal, because I'm like the only time that I've ever seen anything happen with a buried alive situation that feels like promising is Kill Bill.
Yeah,
that's it. I
don't
know
she using the
Yeah,
punch, the 1 inch punch.
I can't do that 1 inch punch, man. I'm not trained for that.
But she's pretty small, and she gets out.
That's true. But I mean, I've never seen anyone else do it. Have you? You can be small and very strong. She could be stronger than you. I'm sure she is.
Yeah, wasn't there a whole movie based on this, like with Ryan Reynolds?
Deadpool?
I think it was No, I think there was.
I have no idea. I don't know. He's in everything now. Who knows?
Yeah, I think there was a movie where he was buried alive. It's called Buried Alive.
Oh yeah, that's right. But isn't it just like him being buried alive for like 90 minutes and then he's dead?
Yeah, does he die?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I just
Great, I was gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'll just assume that he's dead.
I thought he got out.
No,
I was really hoping.
No, dead as doornail.
Well, at least I don't have to watch it.
He's worm food. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, cannibals are terrifying, but it depends on how crazy they are. Like being buried, it says in the question, buried alive by a maniac or caught by a cannibal. Like, is this a sensible cannibal?
Who you're gonna talk them out of doing what they're doing?
Yeah, but listen, come on. Like, you see, like even Burger King has like the Impossible Burger now. You know, like we don't have to go down this route. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and being buried alive by a maniac. I mean, it's there in the title. The dude's not rational.
He's a maniac. Like, he's burying you. He's stomping on the dirt to make sure it's like pounded down. He's like backing a truck over it. Like, he's like putting up yellow tape around it so people think it's like a police thing and they can't enter. Like, he's all over the place.
I'm going with the cannibal.
He planted a tree on top of you.
All the roots you got to dig through.
Building a house. Then we're ending up with like a poltergeist situation where now you're like haunting like a poor family that moves there like 35 years later. This is a big mess. This is a big mess. I'll take my chances with the cannibal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the cannibal as well.
Yeah.
I feel good about.
Somehow
maybe I'll
the
eat him.
cannibal seems less messy.
Yeah. I'll be like, you know what, man? Why don't we try eating you? You look delicious.
Yo, I'll tell you this right now. If a cannibal, no cannibal would want to eat me because I feel like I don't have any meat on my bones. So they'll just feel like, oh God,
Dude, dry ribs.
yeah.
Dry ribs, man. Man. I feel like for this question, you have something specific. Something very specific lined up.
Okay.
Was there ever a person in your life that felt like they were straight out of a horror movie?
Oh, yes. I saw this question. Dude, so many people. How many times, and I don't know what kind of neighborhood you grew up in, but how many times was there like a scary neighbor, like an old guy in a house that's not taken care of?
That just stares out the window all
Yeah,
day.
and you're just like, dude, what's with that dude?
Dude, I think that might have been my grandmother.
It's the best though, like when there's those people or like those houses or something like that when you're a kid and you're like riding your bike and you slowly ride your bike past that house and you're like looking in the window, you're like, yo, is he looking at us?
Dude,
You know?
I miss that so much, man.
I
That
know.
brings back so many memories.
I know.
Like
I know.
specifically picking that house and knowing that you're gonna bike ride past it and
Oh
like
yeah.
wait for the.
Oh yeah. Dude, there is we still do that to this day. So my wife
You get
and
on your
I
bikes
are-
and ride.
Yes. Yeah. This is like what we live for. And there is, where I live, there's an abandoned prison. And like a few of these like outbuildings that I think it was like a young boys detention center or something was there. And all the razor wire and everything is still there. And the buildings are just kind of in decay. And we go there a lot of times and we just drive around it.
Can you go in?
I don't think so. I don't think
Feel
so.
like you could.
I haven't tried.
I feel like
But
you gotta try.
but like this is the type of thing. I think we might have talked about this too. Like in Long Island too. Like one of the things that a lot of people do, especially in their like late teens and early 20s, is there are two like abandoned psych wards.
Yeah.
And one of them in particular is completely abandoned. The other one has like a couple buildings that are still semi-active, but one of them is completely abandoned. And it's got like tunnels throughout the ground. It's the only building in that part of the island that's like 30 flights up. It is just absolutely terrifying. And that is like the closest, as an adult.
Have you explored it?
I've never gone in because I've heard
No.
like, I don't know, it's like freaks me out too much. Between like, they say that there's like KKK people in there. They say there's like drug addicts and like weird homeless people. Like just like every type of boogeyman that you can imagine. People are always just like, yeah, that's who's in there. That's who's in there. I'm like, I don't need that. I'll go look at it and I'll drive around it and then I'm good.
Yeah. I definitely want to go explore places like that, but that's the problem is, you often run into probably more problems than
Unsavory types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That are like living there. That's their
Yeah.
homes.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
And I'm coming to like explore it. And
you're like,
make fun of
hey,
it.
hey, everybody.
Look at this shithole.
I brought my camera, eh? This is going to be fun.
Say cheese. Yeah, and you grew up like around Montauk?
No, I mean, Montauk was really far from me, but it was, it's on the island, yeah.
What's really far from you?
How long does it take to get to Montauk? 2 hours, maybe.
Oh, okay.
The whole if you go from Manhattan to Montauk with no traffic, I think it's like a 3-hour trip.
Oh, wow.
If there is traffic, it's like a fucking 12-day excursion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what Stranger Things is based on. Montauk.
Is it?
Yeah, but then
Is
they
it?
rewrote it. Yeah, and then they rewrote it to Indiana.
Is that true?
But yeah, it was originally supposed to be called Montauk.
Why do I not believe you?
Dude, I'm dead serious.
I don't believe you.
No,
I
100%.
don't believe you. I think that's not true.
No, it's true.
Is it? How do I not know that? I feel like every idiot from Long Island would be talking about that.
I think that they kept it pretty like.
Oh, but you know? They told you?
No, it's just recently started to come out. Kind of. Yeah. Stranger Things originally like.
Like Camp Hero? Is that what it talks about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Camp Hero.
Originally.
We used to go there. That's a freaky whole thing too.
Is that military as well?
Yeah, it's like a military base, like experiments, like all that kind of shit. Like World War II experiments, that kind
Oh,
of thing.
like any like human trials?
Yeah, like all sorts of crazy stuff, and it's all that stuff is still there. And you go in there, and there's all like these weird little like bunker things built into the ground that you can drive around. And now it's just kind of like you can just ride your bike around it now. But like there's all these big crazy satellite dishes and all these like secret doors and stuff. It's wild.
I always wonder like what happens to make those places just close? Like government funding?
Something
They lose government
horrible.
funding.
Something horrible happens. That's what.
Like a little girl named Elle. Have you seen Stranger Things?
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay. For some reason, I'm like, John probably hates Stranger Things.
I love it. We've talked about this at the beginning. It's a great show.
Okay. All right.
I love those like semi sci-fi horror movie like kids exploring
Yes.
type of thing. Did you ever see Attack the Block? It's a British one.
Did it just come out?
No, it came out like maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, no.
So, it's so good.
Wait, I'm gonna write this one down because I actually, because like I'm also obsessed with these kinds of movies.
They're great. I mean, those are like the ones that are like so fun. It's like it's exploring, but it's like if you're a kid, it's watching one of those through like a kid's perspective. I think is more satisfying than an adult because there's like the consequences are so much more drastic, and you seem like you have so much less to at your disposal. Like it's seriously just like a little tiny human versus a giant of death, and you just have to like it's something about that's more fun.
And like the adults are not like listening to the kids.
Yeah.
Who like have like a
too much static as an
Yes.
adult. Kids are
Yes.
just like, this is the whole world. This is all we got.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the newest season 3 of Stranger Things.
That was good.
I thought season 2, I was like, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
Season 3, I was expecting whatever.
Right.
Dude, I love like that Russian Civil War.
Oh, it's great.
Cold War, sorry.
I think season 3 really it really kicked it up a notch.
Yeah.
It definitely did. Season 2 was good, but season 3 was solid.
Season 3 was better
Yeah.
than season 2 for sure.
Did you watch the OA on Netflix?
No.
So good.
You recommend it?
Yeah. The first season is very strange, but good. Second season is A+.
So I got to make it to season 2.
Yeah, you can. Season 1 is still good enough. Like, it's still pretty good, but season 2 is fucking choice. Like,
Wait, give me a breakdown.
Oh, God.
Elevator pitch me.
I forget all the details. I don't know. Just watch it. It's good. It's super good. I only watched each one once, and it's like a girl is like I forget how she gets into the scenario, but it has a lot to do with kind of like different dimensions and like jumping in between them and trying to, like one person is using it for good, is using it like for evil, kinda. I don't know. It's cool. I think you would like it. It's a solid watch. Only 2 seasons too.
Wait, it's done.
Yeah, it's it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just
okay.
2 seasons.
Knowing that there's not a third one, that's easier for me to dive in.
Yeah, no, it's good. The second one is the superior one too. So like the first one's good, and the second one starts off like the first 30 minutes of the season in general are weak as hell, but then it just like goes to like skyrockets into awesome.
Did you watch Wayne?
No, not yet.
Fuck, you're never gonna.
I know, maybe. I don't know, maybe. We'll see.
I've tried to pitch so many people on it, and everybody's like, "Yeah, sounds cool."
Yeah.
And I think, dude, it is hands down one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Our mutual friend Brian,
yeah,
is always trying to get me to watch this like short movie Kung Fury that was on Netflix.
Oh, is that joke?
Yeah, and he's always like,
okay.
Yo, check it out, it's so funny. And he showed me the trailer, and the trailer alone was just too much for me to handle, and I was like, nah,
dude,
not watching it.
It's like a movie that you watch when you're 10 and think it's like the funniest shit in the world.
I think it's a movie that you watch when you're high.
Does
and
Brian
you're just like
Brian do that?
half asleep. No, I don't think so.
I think Brian's got an abuse problem.
We should have Brian on once.
Eh,
Brian's a character. He was.
he calls us enough.
we have okay, so we have an Instagram group. How did it even start? You
That'd be
and
Brian.
me and Brian and Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
For some reason, the four of us are in this group. Oh, because it was just like I think Brian started it, and
To help
Brian is
Joe lose
also
weight.
what happened?
To help Joe lose weight.
It was it, yeah. So it was because Brian is also my personal trainer, and that's how we met. And so we made this Instagram group to keep each other motivated to be healthy and to exercise and stuff like that. But all it did, it just devolved into shit talking constantly. That's all it is.
It got so bad at one point.
It got really harsh. Where I think we all hated each other for a second.
It was like no one would comment, but every once in a while somebody would just like rude, be so rude about
Just like
someone.
it's like pure acid.
Yeah, I think Brian was the only nice one in there.
Nobody was having it. Oh man! All right, let's keep moving.
Okay.
What do we got? Wait, you didn't answer. What about you?
What was the question?
Horror movie. You ever meet anyone in your life that was like out of a horror movie?
Oh,
You
No,
like,
I don't
one
think
time
so.
I walked past this reflective piece of glass and it scared the shit out of me.
oh my God, that guy's gonna kill me. No, you know
Why
what?
is he holding a knife?
It's coming at me. No, I don't think so. Never a person. Only like situations where it felt very.
There was never a creep. Never like a weird janitor at your school or anything like that. Nothing like that.
I don't think I've ever been like super scared of a person.
The fuck, man? I feel like I was surrounded by creeps as a kid.
You grew up around a lot of people.
I guess so.
I grew up around the same 200 people for 12 years.
Yeah, all right. I guess, yeah. Dude, at least there's somebody in there who killed his wife. There's got to be.
Oh.
You know there was. That's the house where the guy went crazy and killed his wife and strapped his kids to a rocket ship. You know, like some fucking weird thing like that.
I mean, I can't say that I've ever met somebody that's out of a horror movie.
You don't have anyone that had access to a rocket ship?
No, and now that I'm thinking back, it's like maybe people who were like in accidents who had like cuts on their faces or something, and now I'm just like, now I just feel bad. I'm like, what's up with this freak?
Oh my God, look at this guy.
And they're completely normal.
He's got a big Band-Aid. Okay. All right, what do we got? Let's pick another one.
Okay. Was there ever a scary movie that scared you as a child? For you? Definitely.
Well, I mean, the easy answer is The Exorcist, and I think that goes for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
However, I remember as a kid seeing commercials for Child's Play.
Never seen it.
Chucky.
Oh, okay.
Those commercials when I was a kid, and we're talking like, I don't know, what is that, like mid-'80s, late 80s or something like that, scared the shit out of me. I couldn't sleep for months.
Dude, I look like Chucky when I was little.
I know. It's horrible. And here we are. I'm like confronting my fear, I think.
I watched, I wasn't even that young, probably like 12. The Sixth Sense. With,
I think
Bruce
we've
Willis.
talked about this before.
Dude, that movie fucked me
I
up.
feel like a real issue with that movie.
Especially because like my dad hunted and stuff like that. And the one scene in the movie where the kid goes, he walks out of the room, and we were always told like as young kids, like you don't like when you have friends over, like you don't show your friends guns. You know what I mean? Like that's just like a rule. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in that movie, the kid's like, the ghost walks out and he turns to the kid and he goes, "Follow me, I'll show you where my dad's guns are."
Oh,
and he
yeah.
turns around and his head's missing.
Yep.
Dude, that movie, I was like, oh shit, my
That
parents
hit close
warned
to
me
home.
about that. Yeah. That kid fucked up.
I used to have another brother, and that's him.
Yeah, dude, that movie, the kids hanging in like the school and stuff like that. That movie fucked me up.
Dude, what about like when people have, I don't know if you've ever heard about this happening, but when people decorate for Halloween and they have like bodies hanging from the tree, but there's been like people who have actually killed people and hung them from trees, and like people don't realize that they're not decorations because it's Halloween.
Yeah.
That fucks me up.
This is kind of a sad story, I guess.
Oh.
At my local swimming pool, they kind of like would decorate around there.
Yeah.
Like with like creepy things, but this was kind of unusual. There was
all the kids that drowned, they just lined up in front of the pool and like put like little jack-o'-lanterns on them.
Somebody hung like a Halloween person hanging in a tree.
Yeah.
It was a real person.
Oh man.
Dude, and just knowing that like
dude, that always destroys me. It's so brutal.
Well, some dude hung himself actually, so I guess it's even darker.
Suicide is not. This isn't fun, but like that is the thing that I think scares me the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's your brain turning on you.
Yeah, it's like that self-destructive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the point where it's just like everyone goes through different like levels of pain and torment and stuff like that. Some way worse than others, but there's a lot of people who are like all the way at 100% of that and never think to end it. And then some people like are just pre-programmed for it, and they just like had a bad day and like fuck it, and that's it.
I know, and as a kid, actually, that was like a thought that always fucking freaked me out. Was like, because you hear about people that happens to, and as a kid, you're like, oh, I would never do that, and then you're like, but what causes somebody?
Right.
You know what I mean,
dude? Especially when you see like celebrities and stuff, and they like kill themselves when they're 55.
Yeah, and
you're just like, dude, you went through a lot of life.
Yeah.
You know?
And then and now it's over. You know what? I think about that a lot, is seeing on Instagram like some of my favorite musicians when I was like in grade 6.
Yeah.
Who were like absolutely huge when I was in grade 6.
Right.
And you look at them on Instagram and they have like 30,000 followers. Yes. And they kind of just they were like massive, but they missed that transition. They were too big to want to get Instagram. It's like Jennifer Aniston just got Instagram.
Now, okay, I just need to point this out. We were talking about self-destructive, horrible, horrific, emotional distress, suicide, and you equated that to having not a big following on Instagram. This is the most millennial shit I've ever heard in my life.
I wonder how much of it is like they're massive, and then all of a sudden like this new universe.
Right, like, and they're not like important in it anymore.
Yeah, like unfolds like in like 5 years.
Right.
And this person's like obsolete.
Right.
And it's kind of like,
right.
I wonder how much of that.
You're upset I'm that probably one of the members of like Backstreet Boys or something doesn't have as many followers as like Justin Timberlake, is what I'm hearing.
Listen, Aaron Carter is. Mind you, that guy's gone off the rails. Have you seen like his recent?
No, of course not. No, I'm not. No, I have not.
They brought him on like a lot of podcasts and things like that.
A lot? Who's they?
Like recently, he's been on like 5 or 6.
You said podcasts. They brought him on a lot of podcasts. I'm picturing like a couple of people with like a leash around his neck, bringing him from podcast to podcast.
That's what it feels like. And he just kind of sputes nonsense.
Yeah.
And then they bring him to the next one, and I'm like, right. That's somebody who needs help.
Well, that's all right. Cool. Well, maybe he'll get it. Maybe someone will bring him to a self-help podcast.
Well, this isn't on the list, but I got to ask you.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? We're going to get there with this question.
Okay.
Pick a traditional monster or horror movie character to live your life as.
Oh, I forgot about this question. Is that the whole thing, or did you change it?
No, that's
Oh, easy. Dracula.
Okay, but
easy.
Me? I'd be a werewolf.
Why? Fuck you.
Because I know that you're fucking terrified of them.
Yeah, but if I'm a Dracula, you can't beat a Dracula. Dracula's the be-all and end-all of monsters. And he's cool, and he's always got like babes, and everybody loves him. He's like he has like parties all the time, and everyone's like, "Oh, Dracula, you're so cool." And then he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Check this out," and he just like puts people in trances and shit. You can't beat Dracula. Not even you as a werewolf. Now, if you're a werewolf and I'm a human, fuck you.
Yeah. I think that's the way it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. If
And
I
I'm gonna,
knew that you were a werewolf and you lived where you lived, I still wouldn't feel safe right now.
because I could get to where you were.
Yeah,
Tech.
I would imagine you would like you would come here and you
I would
would
buy
werewolf me, and I would be so unhappy with that. I wouldn't take my garbage out for months.
Dude, you got to admit, it'd be pretty cool. Like at night, you just turn into a werewolf and run around your neighborhood and just.
Do you ever see that transformation scene, like American Werewolf in London?
No, I know that fucked you up though.
Dude, it's
Because you actually sent it. Yeah, I did. You sent me it on YouTube.
oh yeah, that's right. It's horrifying.
I like that you're scarred by the fact that he destroys all his clothes.
Yo, those were salvage jeans, dude.
Whoa, salvage jeans. Do you have salvage jeans?
Yeah,
Like raw denim and stuff.
yeah.
Like nice denim.
Yeah.
Like what brands?
I don't know, all different types of brands.
You got a favorite?
I was in menswear for years. It was just like it just came with the territory.
Okay, what's your favorite? You got a favorite?
My new favorite is a brand called DSTLD.
DSD.
And my former, not that it's a former favorite. I have two other favorites, but I wore them out. I have to get new pairs. Blacksmith and Imogene and Willie.
What do you think of Freeno?
Don't know.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem like the type of person that would wear a pair of Diesel jeans.
No,
Yeah, I think so.
I got
think
raw
so.
denim.
Yep.
I got raw denim.
No. You got the Diesel jeans. You got like belt buckles and shit and like zippers on your knees.
Like the motocross jeans.
Yeah.
No motorbike, just like sick motocross jeans.
I just feel like that's like in Canada. I feel like you only have a few choices of what could be considered cool, and for like jeans, like any type of denim, there's one place, and you're just like that's it. It's like that, or you gotta get like department store like fucking I don't even know, like no name
Carhartt.
Lethbridge like dungarees.
Dungarees. Short pants.
Yeah, there you go.
No, man, it is weird here. There definitely is.
It's definitely weird there.
There's definitely
I've
a
Google
stigma.
mapped it. We've been through this before. I've traveled the streets of Lethbridge via Google Maps. Never again.
You did point out, and I bring this up all the time, but you pointed out how many boats there are in people's front yards.
So many boats in the front yard, but
No
I
lakes.
didn't see a single body of water.
Isn't that insane?
I don't understand it.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
So you'd be Dracula.
I would be Dracula for sure. Absolutely.
Nice.
Now, only in the traditional sense. I don't want to be Nosferatu. I don't want to be any kind of new age vampire. I want Dracula. I want cool, handsome, rich Dracula.
Okay, what if I tell you it's a gamble? You don't get to choose which universe.
I could be like one of those like vampires that just like sucks on rats in a sewer.
No, you'd be like a Twilight vampire.
That's an easy one though, man. Twilight vampire, they don't do shit. They just sit around and sparkle all day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Because
right, I'll take that. Fine.
What about the werewolf? Are they
No,
werewolves?
No. No, I don't want werewolf.
Never?
No.
You're terrified of that.
I don't like werewolves. I don't like them.
What are you scared? I feel like you're in a sense claustrophobic of it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen a lot of werewolf movies too. I don't know, man. The fact that they just like pop out of nowhere and then just like tear you to shreds. I don't know. I'm not really scared of being torn to shreds either. I'm not really sure what scares me about them. It's
You've seen it too young.
They're horrible looking. But I like draw shit that looks like werewolves all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. It's completely irrational. I have no clue.
Like,
I
does the
couldn't
hair
tell
on
you.
your... Do you get like goosebumps thinking about it?
No, not anymore.
But you used to.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why, man. They still creep me out. Like a man turning into a beast like that. That's, I don't know, dude. That's weird. Like hair growing in weird places. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like the weird hair growing. I don't like that. That makes me
That is
uncomfortable.
that is gross.
Yeah, it's like the grossest part. It's always like slimy, goopy, and then like hair, and it's like I don't know. It's kind of maybe I just don't like how like messy it looks.
Maybe you just gotta get them on a hygiene.
Maybe like
Workout.
if you were like in a transformation scene and you just had like blow dried hair, maybe I'd be like, it's not too bad.
The Fabio werewolf.
Like a pop collar shirt and like weird like aviator sunglasses or something.
It's like got the shitty like I'm a beast smile, like where it's kind of like doesn't know how to smile, but it's kind of
He's like,
smiling. Yeah, is this right? This is disgusting.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather eat a pound of flesh or drink a gallon of blood?
Human flesh and human blood.
Okay, I was gonna.
Yeah, because you just, I mean, all you talk about is flesh.
What do you think's less likely to give you a disease?
I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the blood. I feel like human flesh is disgusting.
A pound.
A pound is
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of flesh.
Can you mix that blood up with like milk?
That's way more disgusting.
No, because you just got to dilute it.
I'm taking the blood straight. I'm not mixing it with milk. That's horrifying. I think I know your answer.
Yeah, I'm taking the blood with milk.
It's just like yeah, I've mixed it with milk. It's fine.
How do I get it to last longer? Can I dilute it across like a few gallons of milk or?
Oh man, dude! Speaking of ingesting disgusting things, there is a documentary on Netflix called Haunters, and it's about like all the extreme haunts that are around these days. Like, you know how like you go to like a haunted house and it's like boo, but like they can't grab you and shit like that.
Yeah.
These are about the ones that are extreme ones. Like one of them's called Blackout. The other one's
You sign papers, right?
Yeah.
Before you go.
What is the
They
other
like
one
beat
called?
the shit out of you and stuff?
Something fucking I forget. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's like the most extreme one out of all of them. And it is, what is this? Oh man, look at that. We had a mishap, a technical mishap. So this one is like the most extreme one out of all of them.
Yeah.
And all of them have safe words except for this one.
So how does it end?
You either
It just doesn't?
You either pass out and they have to like drag you out, or you get through it. But like I'm watching the interview with the guy, and the guy's talking about like he asks you, like you have to do a pre-interview before you go in. And he's like, what terrifies you? What are you like, what are you not into? And then it shows him talking to the people who run it. He's like, if the people throw up, you pick up the vomit and you put it back in their mouth. Like, that's how intense it is.
Where is this?
Arkansas? I think it's moved a couple times, but yeah, I think it's like Midwest somewhere.
Some Midwest.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. How like, and like there's like like there are people, like all different types of people look like in there, and like the people who go in there, like whether it's like the big tough guys with the beards and the tattoos, or like the small little girls or whatever that go in there, everyone's going in there and they're just like ready to be like just like annihilated. Like it's actually pure torture.
It's so confusing that somebody's like, sign me up for that.
Yeah. They just want to see if they can do it.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Like there's other things you could do in life.
I would do pretty much anything else.
Yeah. Like, why don't you guys go for a really hard run?
Yeah.
Go climb a mountain.
Oh, let's see. McCamey Manor, that's the one.
And where is it?
It's let's see.
This is a show on Netflix.
Yeah, it was on Netflix. This is McCamey Manor. Where are we at? Oh man, they're like all promoting that they're on Netflix and shit. Oh man, people shouldn't know about this.
It's kind of just like Making a Murderer.
Dude, it's horrifying, man. Yo, like people, like you gotta watch this, because like people are just like crying and vomiting and passing out and being waterboarded and shit. Like, it's intense. Tennessee and Alabama.
And they're not allowed to stop? There's no stopping?
No, there is no stop. It's in Tennessee and Alabama. First of all, I'm not going to Alabama in general.
Yeah, ever.
So you could keep that.
Tennessee? Probably not either.
This says it's in Nashville, Tennessee, though.
I don't give a fuck.
But like I saw, there was one where they're just like shoving cockroaches into a guy's mouth, and they put a tarantula on a woman's face, and they're like, "Watch it, watch it," and then they put a scorpion on her face, and they're like touching her eyeballs, like the little like legs are like touching her eyeballs.
What happens if it just like pokes her eye out?
I don't know. Then she's got no eye.
Oh man, those people that do it are going to be so annoying for the rest of their life. They're going to constantly be like looking for ways to bring it up. Hey, wow, how did you lose your eye? Well, I signed up for this thing, and this scorpion poked my eye.
Bringing it up like all the time. Like, oh, again? Really? We have to hear about the cockroach again?
In a job interview, what's the strongest thing about you? Well, let's see. I was in this horror house. I signed papers. They could do whatever they wanted to me.
I was forced to re-eat my own vomit. Does that count?
Listen, I'm willing to do whatever I have to make sure.
And then they get hired, but then they're just like the most annoying employee too. And they're like, well, someone's just like, I tried to get that project done for the deadline, but I just couldn't do it. It's like, well, I thought I couldn't do it when I was being waterboarded and buried alive, but somehow I made it out.
You couldn't do it, Samantha? I ate my own puke, okay?
I had a black bag tied around my head, and I was hit repeatedly with a dead fish.
Oh, yeah, those people are annoying.
So annoying. Oh, my God.
And the people that are doing it?
I never even thought about that. That's such a good point.
The people that are doing it to them are fucking insane.
Yeah, they are. Now, they were saying that at first they hired kids to be the torturers, and the kids were kind of crazy because like they said like one kid had like a teacher or a neighbor or something that wasn't that they didn't like, and they had a garbage pail filled with dog shit, and the guy, because there was just like a lot of dogs on the property or whatever, and the kid like took this teacher or neighbor or whatever and just jammed her face in the dog and in the dog shit barrel and just like was like putting it in her mouth and like all sorts of crazy shit like that. And they were just like, yeah, we couldn't. That was a little too much. I'm like,
that was too much?
Is it?
For some reason, that feels the most normal.
Like, where do you draw the line? Like, how do you know that that's too much? Like, I think I don't know, man. Would you rather be waterboarded or would you rather eat dog shit and be like,
I think I'd rather be
suffocated
waterboarded.
in dog shit. Yeah, me too. At least it's water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drink that shit every day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm drinking water right now, man. I'm like halfway there.
You're halfway.
How hard could it be? Come on.
You're halfway through a waterboarding.
Waterboarding is refreshing.
There's that Marine, I think he's Marine, that was saying waterboarding isn't torture. And he was kind of getting criticized for it.
Is it because he waterboarded somebody and he's just like trying to make up for it?
Probably.
He's like, it's not that bad.
So he posted a live stream of his friends holding him down while they waterboarded him.
Yeah.
He sticks it out like a champ.
Of course he does.
And then goes, see, it's not torture. Which is just like,
I mean, if you can, shit, man, as long as you could back it up, then fine.
But you could kill the person, so I technically torture.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like that person might die.
I think that's where you classify torture as like, can you be killed doing this?
Torture.
If so, torture.
Although I could get killed going to work. Are they torturing me?
I mean, a lot of people would consider work torture.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
You know,
that's a good point.
It's a long, drawn out torture.
Yeah.
You know,
you're gonna die eventually.
It's playing the long game on that one,
which is kind of worse.
Yo, dude, I know. I've had jobs before, man. I know what 2:00 is like. It's just like,
oh man,
oh, come on, man.
Yeah, like 2 o'clock comes and it feels like you got 8 more hours to go.
It's like, how is it only 2 o'clock?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, you know.
Yep, I know. I know it.
The worst thing about a 9 to 5 is having motivation and knowing all the work that you're going to do after work.
Yeah.
And then getting done late and just being like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then being forced to.
Yep. Yep. That's why I always used to say that, like, or I say in talks now, like Sunday night used to scare me. Sunday night doesn't scare me anymore. Because, like, doing things on your own terms is amazing. But, like, Sunday night is always like, and like, it doesn't have to be Sunday night. Whatever is the last night before you go back to work is just, it's just like, it's like dread.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to do that, man. I had a barbecue. I went to the amusement park. I was waterboarded. I had a great weekend.
I ate dog shit.
I ate dog shit forcefully. I threw it up. They put it back in my mouth. It was amazing.
So then for you,
relaxing.
Can you get into a point where every day is a Sunday for you, though, in a scary way?
Oh, that's what is that, a Morrissey song?
Every day's a Sunday.
Yeah. Wait, are you saying that in a bad way? Where it's just like, I'm like dreading every single day that comes in? I mean, that sucks if that would be the case. No, it's not. But
you've never worked on a project that just fucking drags?
Just be like, I mean, then I'd have to go get a job if I think every day was like that,
Yeah. Yeah. Most days are good. I'd
or
say.
Turn into a zombie or a Dracula or something like that.
Man, now I want to start working at one of those torture houses feeding people dog shit.
Oh, man. What do we got? We got a couple left? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we only got 3 left.
I don't know if I like those ones.
No?
Well, the last one's good.
Well, let's rip through the first 2. Maybe we can answer them really quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
If an old witch put a curse on you, what would you do?
So, like, okay, so this is how I interpret this. Did you ever see the movie Thinner?
No.
Ah, man, I talk about the movie Thinner all the time. There's a guy, he's this like fat, obnoxious lawyer, and he accidentally kills like an old gypsy woman, and the guy, like the other guy, I think it's a son, like puts a curse on him, and he's a big fat guy, and he just like continually lose weight like nonstop to the point where he's like freaking out. It's like, it's a really bad, scary movie. And I talk about it so much too that like there are times when I'm talking about it and like my sister-in-law will walk past me and she's like, "Are you seriously talking about Thinner again?"
Wait, so he just continues to lose weight. So it's like one of those things where in the beginning people are like, "Wow, you're looking good."
Yes, exactly. I bet that just from what I told you, you could tell me the entire plot of the movie.
Yeah.
It's a Stephen King story too.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
So it's good.
I mean, it's not, but it's good.
Oh.
It's like a really bad, dumb movie, but it's also incredibly entertaining.
Dude, I gotta hit a side note with Stephen King.
Yeah.
I love how people will use him as an example, and like Hunter S. Thompson, but as examples of people who like went on crazy coke binges and created masterpieces.
Yeah.
And it's almost like in any kind of like entertainment art kind of industry, you have the people that think that like that's a prerequisite to being creative.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? People are like, I got to do tons of coke so I can write the next fucking Stephen King novel.
The amount of times that people would tell me to do drugs because they would be like, imagine what you could make. And I'd be like, I would make in my pants probably.
Yeah. And I just want to say, like, I think that Stephen King he definitely could have created those without the coke.
Yeah, of course. I think all that stuff is just in your head. I think the drugs maybe speed it up or slow it down or maybe like change some things, but like if it's in your head, it's in your head. Like you're not ingesting ideas.
Yes.
Like, I mean, if you have like a twisted sensibility, it's just there. It's just maybe whatever you're taking is allowing it to come out a little bit easier. But you could probably fucking do yoga and have it
Yeah.
come out just the same, you know?
It's almost like a cheap excuse to do those things.
Yeah. Whenever I used to hate when people would say that, and they would always say like it would always go from like the top level drugs, and then over time it would be like, man, if you did acid, the stuff that you would draw, and it's like, man, if you even just smoked a little weed, the stuff that, and then it would be like, man, if you just like did whippets off of like this like air container I got from a Staples that was supposed to clean my keyboard, you'd be so creative. You're like, yo,
And it's
man.
like, no, I'm good by myself without any of that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm doing all right. I don't think I need a boost yet. If I do, I'll remember the
I've
whippets.
drank alcohol, and I don't want to do anything the next day,
Yeah.
let alone that night.
Right.
So I can't imagine, like, it's. Sorry, back to your witch.
Yeah.
Your cursed witch.
Where was I going? Oh yeah.
Dinner.
Hold on. If an old witch put a curse on you, what would you do? Like, would you lean into it? Would you go after the witch? Would you try to make peace with the witch so she would remove the curse? Would you try to kill the witch and see if that would do it?
Ooh, definitely kill her.
You just, of course, you're going straight for the kill.
Wait, I didn't know that was an option. Kill her.
It's always an option, obviously. Kill the witch. I don't know if the witch is put. I feel like I'm a pretty decent person. I feel like I'm not getting a curse put on me by any rational witch. You know, if I come across a rational witch, I'm feeling like I'm making friends with her. What is that? Is that the new P5000 broom handle you got there? Beautiful.
Wow. What are you brewing up right now? Smells great.
It smells delicious. What is that?
Or
Eye
disgusting.
of Newt? Ah, nice. I love Eye of Newt. My grandmother used to use Eye of Newt. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
My grandmother. So
know,
you're saying that it
you
wouldn't
got
happen
anything
to
for
you?
this one?
It wouldn't happen to you?
I'm asking you. You got anything for it? I'm saying it wouldn't happen. No witches
just
are
kill
putting
her.
curses on me. Me and witches are tight. Mm-mm.
I'll put a curse on a witch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The curse of the backwoods Canadian. That's a fucking. You put that curse on me.
Dude, this is a good question.
What is that? What do we got?
I kind of want to get rid of the beginning of it, but would you rather perform an exorcism by yourself or be part of a village mob hunting a werewolf in the woods?
Exorcism.
What? No.
I don't want to be near the werewolf. I don't even care if there's a mob. That werewolf will cut through all of us like fucking ribbons.
Just stick to the middle of the mob.
No, that werewolf is going right through the front line, and it's like stopping in the middle and working its way out. That's what I'm thinking.
That's true.
Yeah. You think a werewolf is going like perimeter all around like a spider?
You think a werewolf is dumb?
It might look dumb, but it is not dumb, my friend.
Coming at you with the art of war.
Yeah.
by Tetsuo-san or whatever.
Fucking werewolf is reading it before it's like, all right, if the villagers attack, we're starting from the middle and we're coming out most effectively.
Got his glasses on.
Bring it down from the inside out.
Reading war strategy.
Yeah, it's like watching that fucking oh my god, that fucking General Patton movie, you know?
General Patton.
Yeah, American General.
American.
Yeah, you know, it's like that country south of you that's not Mexico.
Colombia?
Yeah, there you
go. Tell a story about a time you were legitimately scared.
Oh, I have so many stories of like weird shit that scared me.
Dude, I'm so tired I'm slurring my words.
Yeah, I see that. And it's fucking 2 hours earlier by you than it is me.
I know.
It's 11:30 p.m. here. It's the wolfing hour.
Yeah, I haven't turned into a werewolf yet.
Thank God. Did I ever tell you the story about the time I was left home alone when I was like 12 or 13?
No.
All right. So this
Feels old enough to be left home though, alone.
yeah, maybe I was even maybe 13 or 14. Oh, definitely old enough to be left home alone for like the weekend.
Yeah.
I was home alone. I think my parents were visiting some friends, and I think my brothers went with them. So it was just me and my dog in the house.
Nope.
Summertime. Okay. I remember my mom telling me, she said, "Your uncle is home. If you need anything, call him. But blah 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 blah. You know what to do." Fine. I go to bed. I take the portable phone with me. Because that as like more of cause no cell phones then. Take the portable phone with me, go upstairs, lock up, do whatever I got to do. The dog comes up with me. In the middle of the night, he gets up and he starts barking. And I'm like, shut up, stop, be quiet, whatever. Finally get him to stop barking. He goes back to sleep. Maybe about a half an hour later, he's up barking his head off again, like crazy, like losing his mind. And this time he won't shut up. And he's like running back and forth, barking, panting, freaking out, losing his mind. And then 2 or 3 minutes later, the alarm of the house goes off. And I'm like, what in the fuck? And I instantly start panicking. So I'm like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. Like some shit is just going down right now.
Yeah.
And so I shut my door. And I'm thinking, and I'm like, all right, what do I do? So I reach under my bed and I grab a bat. I have the dog, and I'm sitting there. The alarm's just going, and it's just going, and it's going, and it's going. So I'm listening, and I'm trying to see if I can figure out what's going on. I can't hear anything. I'm looking out the window. I don't see anything.
Dark?
What did you say?
Dark out?
Yes, it's like 3:30 in the morning.
Okay.
All right. I can't see anything. It's just kind of like that orangey, like dim street light color outside, and I can't figure out what's going on. So I reach for the phone to call my uncle because I'm just like, this is the only thing I can think of to do. And I go to turn on the phone, phone's dead. And I'm
of course, man.
And it's not the battery that's dead. The line is dead. Like it's just not connecting. You know what I mean?
Like somebody's down there and pulled the line out.
Like I can turn the phone on, but it just doesn't do anything. There's no dial tone. So I'm losing my mind. So I push a bunch of shit up in front of my door.
Alarm still going?
Yeah, alarm's still going.
Is it hooked up to like a security company or?
Yes. However, at that time, so we had an alarm system that was broken.
Yeah.
And it would go off sometimes, like for no reason. So I believe my parents had it disconnected until they got like a new alarm. So it didn't go to like the central system or the police station or whatever, because it happened a few times where they were coming for false alarms and we had to shut it down. Otherwise, like you can get ticketed or fined or whatever for that. So it was shut down in the meantime. And so it was just going and going and going and going. The phone is dead. I push everything up against it. I sit with my back up against like 2 dressers and a chair or whatever, like up against the door. Finally, I grow a pair and I like move everything out of the way. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to handle this. Like a little 14-year-old me or whatever.
Yeah.
I open the door. The dog runs down and I start slowly creeping down the steps and I'm like peeking around and I don't see anything. And I'm like kind of nervous, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm going to sacrifice the dog before me. So I let him down there. I don't hear anything. I don't hear any yelps. I don't hear gunshots. I don't hear things moving. I hear nothing. It's just absolutely nothing. And then I'm like even a little bit more scared because then I'm like, if it's not like a home invasion type of thing, then what the fuck is it? That's even scarier. Then it's like, is this like a ghost situation? So I don't hear the dog. Everything is just dead silent. And then he comes running back upstairs and he goes into my room and I'm like, I'm going back upstairs also. So I was just like, I shoot back upstairs, close it, turn on the television. And the only thing that's on, because you figure this is like mid 90s or so, the only thing that's on is just infomercials. So I stayed up in bed and watched infomercials with the alarm blaring the entire night until it just broke and turned off.
Did you just let the alarm go?
I just let it go.
Dude,
Because the punch pad to turn it off was downstairs by the front door. And I'm like, I'm not going down there. Not doing
Dude,
it.
this is why you don't sleep at night. You're broken, man.
So I just stayed up, clutching my bat with the dog, with the dead stupid phone, watching infomercials. The alarm turns off. I didn't leave that room until 11 a.m. the next morning.
Fuck that.
And I went downstairs and I looked around. Not a hair out of place. Nothing moved. Nothing broken. Nothing gone. Nothing at all. Just nothing. No.
Ghost.
Now, what probably happened was probably just like the alarm, like kind of like did that thing that it always does. But the fact that the dog kept barking
Before it went
and
off.
then the alarm went off is what I will never know what caused that. And I feel like it had to have been something.
You think a haunting?
I don't know because it never came to me. If something is haunting, wouldn't it go straight to like the only living being in the home? Like, was it just like coming in to just like watch TV in the living room?
It was just waiting for you to put on the infomercials.
Yeah. It just came in to watch public access TV.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That creeps me out.
Yeah, it was pretty creepy. I
feel like I've never had any experience that isn't explained, if that makes sense. I've had weird little things like where I would always ask my mom to shut my closet door when I was little.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want the lady staring at me.
Right. You told me about this. This is pretty weird.
Yeah. And to this day, I just keep my closet door shut.
I know. It's true. You told me about that. How all your doors are always shut because you don't want the lady watching you.
Yeah.
So weird.
Which at this point, if I had to think back, I think it's just like shadows kind of that come through the window, and I would, make up like that there's like somebody in my closet.
Right.
Because it's like the darkest point in your room kind of thing.
Do you, say for instance, you're in the bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, it's a little graphic here, but we don't have to go into detail. You're sitting on the toilet. Are you making sure that the shower curtain is closed all the way, or you like? What's your situation there?
Oh, this is really good, dude. This is getting deep. Shower curtains got to be open because I need to be able to fucking see in.
You need to see what's in there. You got to make sure that the lady's not in the shower.
Yeah, dude. There's no way. I rarely get like super freaked out by what people are saying. This is actually kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Fucked you up.
Yeah, dude. Like tonight, I'm gonna be a little bit fucked up because of this. Especially like I never thought about the lady standing in my fucking shower.
Oh, where else would she be?
Dude.
Where else would she be?
God, that's fucking scary, man. Dude, that's going to fuck me up, actually.
There it is. Oh, man. Well, with that being said, happy Halloween, everybody. This has been the Nose Halloween special for the year 2019.
I'm definitely scared.
Hopefully you guys like that. We have completely broken Brent. Rate and review the podcast on iTunes. Check out Brand by Hand, ContinoBook.com. Check us out on Instagram at Contino Studio or John Contino or Brent R. Bates. And then all questions and comments to nosecast.com. You got anything to say, Brent? You want to any last words?
Yeah. I'm terrified.
All right. Maybe we'll see you next time. Maybe not. But I'll probably see Brent in hell.
Stay up! A frozen break that paralyzed the truth! Melting till the soul's not leaking through!